Hello and welcome to the Codec Moments podcast. This is the Codec Momentum update for April 2019, letting you know exactly who's done what in that month, where the leaderboard's at, who's won the prize draw, all the other fabulous things. Joining me this evening, Ali Cornwall.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Yeah, very good, thank you. And also Dr. Matthew Holt.
Hello.
So, have we had a lovely week?
Been all right, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Weather's been a bit iffy.
It's been up and down, hasn't it?
Busy week. Busy week it has been, sadly. Since we last recorded, I don't think I've actually played anything.
No, it's because we spent most of our time watching Endgame.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. We did.
Which was really, really, really good. I'm not going to spoil anything by saying you should definitely go and see it.
Yeah, properly enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun.
And that Batman cameo was just amazing. There you go, the obligatory Endgame spoiler joke.
Yes.
So, Codec Momentum, how was your month in terms of Codec Momentum entries then, boys?
Mine was pretty good. Pretty good. I did a finisher on Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, I'm actually quite impressed with that.
Yeah, I was as well, because I didn't think I was getting anywhere near it, and then just managed to actually think, I can play this one during the day. I don't have to wait till everybody's gone to bed.
Do you know that is a massive consideration to be taken into account with stuff like this when you've got kids?
It is, and I think it was one afternoon we were sat there and out of the blue, because my little girl actually has a rubber duck dragon that my sister bought last summer, and it does look a little bit like Spyro, and she kind of wandered over with it and went, "Oh, Spyro the Dragon!" I thought that's a good idea, and so put it on and was able to play quite happily. It's one of those where actually just sit and watch for a little bit and then come play by yourself, but it's nice and cartoony and fun and just a lovely game. They've done a really good job with the remaster as well. I properly enjoyed it.
Was it Spyro 3 that had the absolutely kind of mad piracy copy protection?
I don't know. How do you mean mad?
Stop me if I'm wrong, but I'm absolutely sure that it was Spyro 3 that had something in it. It was something to do with the... I can't remember exactly, but it's something to do with either the wobble of the disc on the PlayStation was how they used to check if a disc was genuine.
Okay. Really?
There was something like that.
Like the weight of it or something?
No, there was something to do with like a small piece of data that was based on how the disc wobbled or something like that. I can't remember. Please, if somebody knows better, do actually like write in and tell us and explain it properly. But basically, the game would check to see if it was a real disc, and a lot of the copy protection worked by circumventing that initially, and then it wasn't checked again. And Spyro did something clever by like checking when the game was actually running to see if it was a real disc. And I think that was the thing. If you remember, like you used to be able to get around some copy protection by putting in a real disc and then swapping the discs over.
Yes. You used to put a spring in it, didn't you?
So that was part, and I think that was one of the ones with Spyro, it was clever enough to actually check it during the gameplay. And if it worked out you were playing on a copied disc or a pirated disc, it would basically like disable loads of features, but it would do it really gradually as you carried on playing. So you might get like a good hour or so into the game before you started to notice that it was balked and you kept losing all your eggs and that you then couldn't progress past certain bosses and stuff like that.
It's ringing a bell, but I've heard that fairly recently about some other games as well, so I don't know if I'm now mixing my memories, but that's quite clever.
I've just done a very subtle Google, and yeah, you're right.
Tell us, Dr. Google.
It doesn't say exactly what it was they were checking for, but it did say that the game started to like put traps down and different things once it detected that it was like they class them as anti-crack booby traps. So it checks that if anything's altered as you're playing. Which is interesting. Nice. I presume you've just completed the first game of the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah, I've done Spyro. I've got 2 and 3 left, but I haven't even got anywhere near started them. And this one I started back in end of December, so it's taken me about 4 months. Even though actual game time I think is 8 hours.
Yeah, nice.
Well, there you go. Well, maybe that's a topic for another day. Is crazy crack and piracy protection measures.
Yeah, I'm sure there's enough of them out there. So come on, what about you two? How have you done with your Codec Momentums for April?
I got nothing.
You first, Andy.
I got absolutely diddly squat.
Yep, same here. Yep.
It was such a promising start to the year. It really was. I imagine.
And is that 2 months running now that you've not done anything? Or did you do one last month?
No, I didn't. No, actually, no. I had a couple of mobile games. I think maybe last month. Did I framed last month?
Actually, you might have done actually. Yeah,
it's me that's got 2 months on the bounce of nil poor.
Well, there's always time for the rest of the year. We've got 8 months left.
Yeah. My excuse is I'm playing a lot of tabletop games, so I've just not had time. So,
if only there was some kind of incentive system to light a fire under me to really want to play a game of a.
I know, right?
Of a particular series.
Did a theme or
like a theme? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. I wonder if there's anything out there that can do that.
Yeah, no, we came up with the idea of it was something we just tried to keep it fresh. So I just suggested to you guys, how about we do a theme or a few themes throughout the year if this works out well. And Matt was surprisingly generous with the points. I thought me and Andy, if we were sat on chairs, we would have fallen off them.
You pitched it. You pitched it absolutely right, Ali. You very cleverly, very subtly introduced it, and then you brought in your idea of it being quite a low point of vantage, not really changing things up that much. Introduce the change slowly. That's the best way to deal with Matt, if I'm honest. Yeah. Introduce the concept of change very slowly. But Matt ran with it. He was like, no, sod like 1 point. Let's give him 5.
Yeah,
5. I was borderline going to give up 10 at one point, but I thought that might actually be unfair to those that have really worked for the top of the leaderboard. But 5. Well, if we're going to do something, if we're going to do an incentive, if we're going to do specials, let's make it worthwhile.
Yeah, and we've gone with this series, so it's Assassin's Creed games as a whole. So it can be anything throughout the series, and it's just a series that's been going now.
Is it just over 10 years?
Yeah. So it started on obviously the PS3, Xbox One. It's on PC. I'm not sure if some of the smaller games are on the Switch now, or there was at least rumours of China and Russia and things going on the Switch. And it just
got them on the Vita with Liberation. I don't know if Chronicles actually made it to the Vita as well.
So Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is actually out on the Switch on the 21st of May. Now, I know that doesn't fit with the whole 3 months thing, but surely if someone were to force that steaming pile of garbage down in about 9 or 10 days, that would be worth some points, right?
And if they finish it, if they do a finisher, although you can't really do a finisher on the Switch, can you? But yeah, that would definitely be worth some bonus points.
No. You can't bypass the actual rules that you signed up to.
I know, but
you could, because Assassin's Creed 3 would be like torture, wouldn't it?
Now, in fairness, there is a way around this, because we have clarified this before, and it's probably worth a clarification point right now. If you've started a game before, I don't care what platform it is on, say you started Assassin's Creed 3 on the PS3, realised after 5 hours that it was a steaming turd and you didn't want to do it anymore, but then happened to buy it on the Switch at the end of May, I'd consider that unfinished business. And actually, I'd accept that.
The unfinished business loophole.
The unfinished business. There might even be a medal in it if you can bring yourself to finish Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered in 9 days on the Switch.
And you meet all of Matt's other criteria.
Yes, which I will announce on the 20th of May.
I know some people may not like the series, but we thought it was a series that's accessible to everyone, and it didn't matter if you were next gen or current gen as it is now, or previous gen, and blah 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 blah.
And we do, when we're bored and we've got nothing else to do, we do some analysis of entries over the years and failures and everything else. And actually, Assassin's Creed is the second most pledged series, and I think it's the first most unfinished.
Yeah.
What's the most pledged, just out of interest?
Anything in the Lego games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Lego tops it by quite a way. And in fact, I think it's just one title on its own. I think it's Lego Star Wars Force Awakens that is the most pledged title. But actually, no, Assassin's Creed is way up there. So there's something that says all of us actually want to get them off our pile of shame. And yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great idea. Let's do it.
But obviously, depending on how successful this is, it won't be a monthly occurrence, but we will look at doing other themed months.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we do. We'll try and do something.
Look out on the Twitter.
We've already got Christmas sorted.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, look out. Matt will send out a tweet and we'll get you guys to vote on it as well.
So we might do that one for the next one. We'll probably 2-3 months' time. We'll put out a couple of options, see what people want to do.
Yeah. Might be a series, like either another series of games, or it could be a genre, or it could even just be a studio. So you could have EA or something. Any games by EA.
Not much choice there, then.
Yeah. If we do EA, can we instigate like a special Codec Momentum loot box system? Can we?
Yeah, of course. I'll set up an account and everything, and
that'd be amazing.
Or we could sell
99p.
loot boxes and see if there's a bit in there that can double your points.
Oh, Codec Momentum Ultimate Team. So tell me through April then. What are the interesting points? What are the highlights?
Well, yeah, April's actually been a relatively quiet month, and I think it might be down to Easter holidays are in there. It's that fourth month in. We've actually had quite a lot of big releases. People are tied up with other games, that kind of stuff. But there were a few interesting bits for regular Momentum listeners. One of them being, and he's already been mentioned, but Gishnabe didn't complete anything in this month.
No.
I mean, I'm quite surprised. The rule changes this year seem to have thrown him for 6, and we're not. I don't know what's happened. You're going to have to get in touch with us, mate, and let us know what's going on. And just is it a case you're just too busy?
Yeah, you bet, because you're on my ultimate team now. So
first draft pick.
Yeah.
We've had no double ups for the first time this year, which surprised me. I thought we were going to get some in April, and nothing came through.
Oh, it's all falling apart at the seams.
I'm pretty sure we'll get some this month with the Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yeah, might have a little bit of crossover
there. We got a proper mystery. Somebody pledged a finisher for The Witness and didn't put their name in the form, so I've no idea who it was, and then didn't actually do it, so hasn't sent us any proof.
It's like the ultimate final puzzle.
It might well be. Is it Jonathan Blow who's done it? Which, who knows? He did do The Witness, didn't he?
Johnny Blow?
I rely on you two for gaming knowledge.
Well, we rely on Google. Hold on. Yes, it was Jonathan Blow. Yes.
Thank you for confirming that.
You can edit
Mr.
that in
Google.
smoothly. Yeah, nobody will notice. Paper over the cracks. God, he looks like Sheldon.
Does he? I've never seen a picture.
He does. He looks like slightly older Sheldon.
Oh, he does a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. So aside from that, we had a returning ex-champion.
This is where we need to play some entrance music.
Fat Man Scoop, Crooked Clan.
So yeah, Fiore AC3 is back. 4 games, 4 finishes. Straight in there. No messing.
It.
Yeah. And then, I'm gutted I'm actually saying this, because we put in an entire referral system at the beginning of the year to get people bonus points and everything else, and
it was all looking so good.
It was. So the other criteria is that to get the bonus points is just the person that gets referred and the referrer just have to finish any game within 3 months and they get points. And Tainted Shirt did that. Brilliant. Well done, mate. Oh, Column. Just done nothing. He just keeps pledging finishers on Let Go games and can't get to the end of them. And you've missed it. Your 10 points are gone. Sorry.
It was possibly the funniest Twitter thread that we've had in a long time, though.
Oh, now if there's any moment I have really enjoyed over the last few weeks, is seeing the community troll through months of tweets.
I went back to January
just to let Colin know exactly how much he'd missed. My favourite was Stuart's. If only there was a handy short reminder above the entry form. And posted a screenshot of that. So, thank you very much, everyone. That was brilliant. And I mean, speaking of missteps as well, so the last one I was thinking about this month is Afro Gear.
It's my
Roger,
favourite.
We love you, Roger. You're brilliant, and your work on Killing Floor 2 was fantastic.
Good work,
You
Platinum.
platinumed it.
That's a tough Platinum. A lot of work,
It
a lot
is.
of
It's
grinding.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
You did it. Superb. Well done. You played Spider-Man, though. So, You know what? Actually, I won't do this often. It's probably never going to happen again. But if you want to repledge Spider-Man as a finisher, Roger, you can do. I'm not giving you the points for killing Flo, but you can repledge Spider-Man.
I thought you were about to say, "Oh, go on, I'm going to let you have that."
Oh no,
but no. I thought you'd been a bit generous already this week.
5 points for Assassin's Creed games. That's enough. Yeah, there were just some interesting bits I spotted this week as I was going through the scores for the month and seeing what's happened.
Okay, then. And in terms of, other than before we move on to the points, the other big challenge that we had running this year, how's that going?
Yeah, so those of you remember back in January, Saintly Stewart said, could he do the walking game that's on the Wii U that came with a pedometer? Could he walk the length of the Appalachian Trail over the course of the year? I think it was averaging, was it somewhere in the region of 100,000 steps a month or something like that? It was a serious challenge, not ridiculous, but something that was definitely going to take him a long time. And we said yes. So we've got his quarterly progress update. I say quarterly, 3 months since end of January, it's about there. And his Wii U pedometer is doing all sorts of crazy things. So it doesn't quite register the distance he walks properly. So sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long. And as it stands, it doesn't feel like he's actually making the progress, partly because he's not had the chance to do a lot of it as well. So he's done 1,500 kilometers, just shy of that. But I think it's 3,476 kilometers. So he's actually you're not that bad given that we're only in April.
Almost.
Actually, that has boosted along quite a lot. Because in fairness, Stu's been sending me a lot of details. He gives me breakdowns of steps day by day and everything else. I get all those at the end of the month because he's a spreadsheet nut, as we all are. But nice. It made it sound really bad, and that it really wasn't going very well. And actually, I think that's pretty good for a third of the way through the year.
Well, we're gonna have to remember what we quoted him numbers wise, aren't we? At this rate,
I've got that written down because we did promise a bonus, didn't we? If he finished early,
pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see how quickly he does it. But yeah, actually, he's made it all doom and gloom, but it's actually pretty good. Well done.
All right then. So I guess it's time for the part of the show that everybody's been aching for. It's the rundown.
Okay, in 17th, it's Lucien Den, or Lucien Dien, or the artist formerly known as Kelly Ho.
Ho!
Okay, so in joint 14th position, we've got 3 people, which are Kaya Soze 13, our very own Corn Wolf, and Kishnabe.
I never thought I'd see the day where we're all together.
3 points each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll kick it up soon, don't worry. In joint 12th is Kevney and S. Bonnet 82.
And in 11th, we've got Damocles 693, who's making steady progress up the board.
At 10, it's Matthew, our very own Codec Moments.
Yay.
In 9th is Square Freak.
And in 8th, we have Afro Gear.
In at number 7, it's Tainted Shirt with 17 points.
Up next is On Your 6 with 6. That didn't go very well, did it? Up next is On Your 6 in 6th position with 5 points this month.
It's too many 6s, wasn't there?
Yeah,
that's the trouble.
It was, yeah.
And in with a bang in joint 4th, and basically going to wipe the floor with you next month, Andy. It's Fiore AC3, who is tying with you.
How am I still in joint 4? I've done nothing all month. I don't deserve to be there.
I don't think you will be for very long.
Okay, that's a fair point. In at number 3, it's, I think one of my favourite people on the table, VitaFan9, who just the 2 points this month, but yeah, 3rd place.
In 2nd is VDJOMB, Connor, who was on the lovely Beat 'em Up episode. I very much enjoyed that episode that you did with him. All about fighting games.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
That was a bit partridge.
It was just a little bit partridge.
Sorry.
And still holding on to the top spot, to be honest, with double the score of everybody else on the table, it's at Saintly Stewart. So he might not be thinking he's walking very far, but he's certainly getting through a lot of games.
He's playing some weird ass games as well.
If you're ever to vote person most likely to play something you've never heard of, it goes to that man.
I mean, are we fact checking their actual games?
I do, because some of them look dubious. Some of them look like weird Japanese novels that wouldn't necessarily get sold over here. So no, good work, Stuart. You're still holding on to the top spot. The other Stu might have something to say about that in a few months' time.
Well, there we go. So yeah, that's it. If you think you can smash it, then go to codecmoments.com. You can put your entries in there. But basically, it's just an incentive for you to clear some of those games that you've perhaps forgotten about, that are sat on your backlog, your pile of shame, just to help give you some incentive to clear those off. That incentive being, every month we give away our hard-earned cash.
Yeah.
So it's
not very incentivizing for us, is it?
It's not incentivizing for us at all, which it's not even an explainer as to why I haven't played any games this month, because I'm not eligible. But so £10 a month we'll give away in gaming vouchers of your, whatever the flavour of choice that you have is. And if we happen to pick your entry and it was a finisher, which is, where you pledge to go above and beyond and get that, absolutely 100%, the platinum, whatever it is, then we'll double it up to 20.
Yes.
So, who's actually drawing this month?
I think it's your turn.
It is my turn. Okay. I haven't got a hat. I do have the pouch that my Jabra Bluetooth headset that I use for conference calls at work came in. Would that be sufficient?
That looks suitable.
Okay, so right, it is. Oh, it's Kevney for Lego Dimensions.
Oh, awesome. Also, I'm genuinely pleased, because he did the finisher on that, and he's been trying to do that finisher for about 5 years.
Well,
it's the portal level. It's the portal level that's been doing him in. And even when he sat down at the beginning of this month and he told us, I'm going to do it this month, I'm pledging it. And it still took well over a week to do like one level.
Oh, is that a finisher then?
It is. It's a finisher.
All right, there you go. Right.
Okay. That's April done. Dusted. Over with. On to May.
We're nearly halfway through the year already.
Oh, God, that is quite terrifying.
Soon be E3.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No argument there. June comes round.
Yeah. Sure as eggs is eggs. June follows May.
Right.
Right, so if you're interested now, then go to codecmoments.com, click on the link for Codec Momentum 2019, and you can submit your entries there. You can check to see what other people have submitted, what other people have been playing, and what the leaderboards are like whenever you so wish.
Sorry.
Just every so often you disappear from view.
And then this time
we hear a load of clanging.
I dropped my
clanking.
Pokeball stress ball on the floor and I went to pick it up and nutted the microphone. Sorry. I'll give you some entertainment.
Don't forget as well, thanks to Ali, it is an Assassin's Creed bonus month. So if you complete any Assassin's Creed games this month, whether it be a normal completion, whether it be a double up, whether it be a finisher, you're going to get 5 bonus points on top of what you would have got otherwise.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Right, I think that about wraps us up then, does it?
Yeah.
It does. That's excellent. Thanks very much.
Get those entries coming in. You can win yourself £10 or £20 of gaming vouchers if you're lucky next month and every month. And we'll be back next week with some more fabulous content. Do we know what it is yet?
It's a good point, actually. Do we want to say it?
I do, yeah.
Go on then. Do you want to say it, or do you want us to say it?
Well, I know I want to say it because I'm not invited to this particular party, so, screw you guys. It is the F1 2019. You're going to be discussing the reveal event with our pet Glaswegian Stuart Cullum.
We are. We're quite looking forward to that.
We're not jealous in the slightest bit.
Because I don't know as much about the, the quick vroom vroom, whatever it is. I'm just sitting this one out.
I just hope Stu brings his A game because we'll ask him a lot of questions.
I don't think it's going to be difficult to make him talk.
Pair of pliers and a bottle of iron brew.
It's just a bottle of iron brew. Bottle of iron brew and a microphone, and that's it.
So next week, these guys and Stuart are going to be talking about Formula 1 2019, which should actually be quite exciting. Right then, that's it. If you want to tweet us, then you can tweet at Codec Moments. But until next time, bye.
In a bizzle.
In a bizzle? Love it.